Hi, I'm Nicolene Peck, and I'm an expert on teens. I'm a previous foster parent of multiple troubled teens. They were all between the ages of 12 and 18 years old, and I've raised 4 children of my own to adulthood, and I know quite a bit about what you should and shouldn't say to a teen. In this video, we're going to talk about 10 things you should never say to teens. I'm known for teaching families all about self-government and how to teach themselves and their children self-government skills and principles. So there are 2 goals with self-government. The first goal is good communication. The second goal is to be understood. All 10 of these things that I'm going to be sharing with you definitely do not work for good communication or being understood. The first thing you should never say is, "What were you thinking?" Number 1, this insults their intelligence. Number 2, lots of times when you do something that might be a little brainless, you don't actually know how to analyze what you were thinking. And I know many parents think they want to be a psychologist at this time and really get to the root of something, but that's just a demeaning way of saying you're stupid. So don't say "what were you thinking" to your child. Instead, just talk about what did happen, what was said, and what results it had, and then what they should have said or done instead. Number 2, you are a fill in the blank, liar, snowflake, thief, all these labels. They are not productive. What do? What does it benefit the child to be called a name by their parents? In fact, I've heard people call their children things like boogers, butt heads, all kinds of stuff like that. Why would we call names to our children? That just disconnects them from us. Even teens don't think it's funny. They want to be loved by you. They want to know that you respect them and care about them. So don't call them names and don't label them as anything. Just love them. Number 3, don't ever say, "Grow up," because you know what? They feel pretty grown up. Now you know that they're not completely grown up yet, but there are a lot of things they can do. They're learning all the time. They want to test their abilities and their skills. They don't like someone to keep reminding them that they are somehow too small to do things. Besides, it's just rude. Speaking of insulting their intelligence, don't ever say, "Oh, you wouldn't understand." They might. They might understand. If you're having a conversation that you don't want them to be part of and you are doing it around them, you've picked the wrong time and the wrong place. So if you're going to have a conversation and they're there, then you probably ought to let them in on it. Treat them like a person who has an opinion that might be valued. And you know what? That will bring their heart closer to you than almost anything else. Number 5, leave me alone. Don't ever say that. Do you know that even though that teen sometimes is putting up walls, they're not wanting to talk to you about certain things, they actually want to be with you. They care about you. They want to bond. They want to feel loved and important to you. So when you push them away by saying, "Leave me alone," you're saying that whatever you're doing with your phone or your friend or your project is more important than them. You only have them for a certain period of time. Make it something that's beautiful. Let them know how important they are to you during that time. If you've been enjoying these so far, give us a like. Give us a little thumbs up if you have a teenager or if you are a teenager and you feel like, hey, more people need to know about this. Number 6, never say, "Oh, you always do this." Just like last week when we told you to take out the trash and you didn't, those experiences that you dredge up out of nowhere. Don't do that. Don't rehash past mistakes. It doesn't do anybody any good. In fact, in the Teaching Self-Government Parenting program, we always talk about dropping the subject and how powerful it is to be able to just drop the subject and not think about something anymore. Just move on and start taking proactive steps. So this is definitely one of those moments. Don't be tempted to bring up a past mistake just because a mistake just happened. Number 7, don't say, "Whatever." Don't roll your eyes. Don't have attitude problems. I know you probably think you're totally justified in doing that because some of the teens in your life might have attitude problems from time to time, but you really need to be setting an example. You need to be showing them that they matter to you, even though they possibly could be showing you that they're trying to push you away or that you don't matter to them, which really isn't true. They love you. They want to be connected to you, but they are learning how to communicate and they're testing some of their independence and their abilities. And so when they do that, sometimes they feel a little bit superior at certain times, even though that's not appropriate to act that way. But don't you act like a teenager. If you act like a teenager too, then who are they going to follow? They need a leader in their lives, and that leader is supposed to be you. Number 8. Don't say things like, "Don't you walk away from me." That's a threat, right? Ooh, what are you going to do? Don't threaten your children. It doesn't do any good. In fact, it just leads to a power struggle. The second you say, "Don't you do," whatever it is, if you have a teen who's oppositional, they're going to do exactly that thing. Whether they think they're going to get a laugh out of you or get an angry rise out of you, they're going to test it. So don't tell them don't do, just set an example for what to do. And if they are walking away from you or being disrespectful, you need skills in place so that you can help them communicate better with you and so that you can communicate better with them. You need skills for how to correct troubling behavior or negative behavior. In the Teaching Self-Government Parenting program, we teach 7 steps for how to correct negative behavior and how to correct out-of-control behaviors. This could be really helpful so that you don't find yourself having anger matches and trying to intimidate your children with threats. Number 9, do not say statements that make it seem like you know all the thoughts in their head or everything they care about. Don't say something like, "You think you know everything," or "You only care about yourself." There is one thing I know after years of raising teens and helping them master themselves. The last thing that I know is exactly how they think. I may know a lot. I may observe a lot. I may have had a lot of experience, but I should never be the type of person that assumes that I know what's going on in somebody else's head. Don't assume that. It's incredibly condescending. And it makes them think that you're not going to value anything that they will share with you anyway. And isn't the goal to have good, understanding, open communication? I think so. All right, here comes number 10. But after number 10, I've got a bonus for you. As I've been thinking about what we really shouldn't say to our teens, I realize I've got more than 10, even though I told you there would only be 10. So here's number 10. Don't ever tell your teen that they can't do something. That doesn't mean you can't give them a no answer, like, "No, you can't go to the party," or "No, you can't watch that show." But when you say, "You can't do this, your brother's going to have to do this," or "You can't do this, dad will have to do this," you know what? They might have more abilities than you think, and that seems like you're talking down to them. I hope that you've understood through this list of what we shouldn't say to our teens that the last thing we want to do is speak condescending to them. There's just no reason for that. They're people that are growing up, they're almost adults. They need someone who has confidence in them, who lets them take risks and challenges, and who supports them along the way. Here's the bonus. Don't make emotional statements like, "You never lift a finger around here." Number 1, that's not completely true because you know that that child has done something. Even if they've been on the couch the whole day, there was one time where they did something. So saying never is just not going to be honest. As soon as you start saying statements that have these absolutes in them, like "you always," "you never," you're on a slippery slope there now because you are not telling the truth. So if you need to talk about somebody's productivity or lack of productivity, just say, "I've noticed that in the last few hours you've just been sitting on the couch. Let's do something different now." Don't start making some statement that makes it sound like they don't ever do anything useful. It's just rude. I've been giving you tips throughout all of these don't do statements for what you can do to help your child self-govern better and what you can do better as a parent to self-govern yourself in your communications with your children. But maybe you want to know more about what it means to self-govern as a child. Well, that's the next video you're going to want to watch. So go ahead and click on the video. What does self-government as a child mean?